Those who face eternity easily forget what a lifetime means, what an ending means.
You know it doesn't have to be this way.
No, Kunavine, it does. They need me.
Alright, welcome guys. I'm here with Boots. How's it going, Boots?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, very good. We just recorded a balance with Boots. You're going to see an hour-long-ish video on the channel in a little bit, but I thought what might also be fun is something you guys have been asking a lot of. This is a weird example here of I'm really doing this video because I've had a lot of comments of people saying I want to see this. So I don't know how much we have to say on this, but let's run through. As you guys hopefully know now, they've revealed the information for the first 3 elite specializations. Now, what's also happened, we still have the remaining 6 icons. What's also happened is they've reordered them on the website and produced a little bit more info. So I'm going to run through that with you guys now, and then Boots and I are going to do an updated look at what we believe the combos are going to be in the future. That sound fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so because we were a little bit wrong on some of the stuff, all right? So
yeah,
just a little bit, only a little.
Just
bit.
the one thing.
Yeah.
Because those damn virtue initiative icons.
Yeah. Okay, so here you guys can see the main website. They've got the Virtuoso written here, just as a little bit of a bonus here for you. They do have a slight description now. I think I gave this information to some fan sites that did press. I haven't read it anywhere on my YouTube channel yet, so in the spirit of keeping people in the loop, they say the Virtuoso sharpens the power of their mind into deadly psionic blades. Unlike the traditional mesmer illusions, they wield these directly as magic projectiles. Boots, can I just ask you a question?
No.
Do you think, I'm going to ask it anyway, do you think, do you think the Virtuoso is a good name?
No, it's not.
What would you pick? What would you pick as a name instead?
Mindblade, like I said way before.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I would pick Scion.
Scion's good too, but Scion just means someone with psionic power. Yeah,
which is this guy. It's so weird, man. Because have you noticed that the Virtuoso, we're going to do another video, hopefully, where we run through this stream. All the Virtuoso's traits are, like, named after songs and stuff. And it's like, oh, come on, man. Like, so that's where it's like they have the same problem with Willbender, where they mix up too many like themes and ideas and identities.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if like they had an idea of a Virtuoso being more musical based, but then they were like, okay, that doesn't make sense in Cantha lore really that much, so we're changing the lore. And then they just kept all the names anyway.
They can't see. I think it's a good idea to do a singing Virtuoso type thing. You connect it to the Kurziks in the Echo Valley Forest. It works. They can do that. But maybe they have weird ideas with what they're doing with the Kurziks. And by the way, you wouldn't call it a Virtuoso. You would call it a Bard. You'd give it a name that's most understandable and appealing to people outside of the MMO. Do you know what I mean?
But the mechanics of the lead spec is not Bard-like in any way, shape, or form.
No, because they did the blade thing. They did like half and half. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, they also then have the Harbinger, another ill-named thing in my opinion. Do you like the Harbinger as a name?
It's fine.
Where's that in the mechanics, though? You know, what are we counting down to? What are we bringing in? If the Harbinger was like a minion mancer that had like delayed portals that would summon like these crazy creatures that, you know, you could DPS the portal down to stop them bringing them in or something, I can see Harbinger working. But
yeah, so both Virtuoso and Harbinger are cool names, but they're not names that necessarily describe the class that we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like Virtuoso as a name, to be honest. Anyway, sorry guys, we're not going to be whining the whole time here. This is going to be a fun
But I just want to say, maybe Harbinger is talking about, because, you know, Dragon Jade is all based on Dragon Jade, the Harbinger, and Dragon Jade is what's being used to power things, etc., but it's a harbinger of things to come because Dragon Jade is actually also, like, bad for you or corrupting or blightful.
I think you're right. There's some vague, tenuous line that they can do with that. I think you're right. Anyway, their description here is that a Harbinger makes no clean kills, wielding a pistol to devastate their enemies with noxious, corrosive bullets. These skilled alchemists, like, call it an alchemist. I mean, I get that alchemy's already an NG line. These alchemists have developed elixirs to inflict blight on themselves, converting their own pain into power. In Harbinger Shroud, they gain devastating abilities while suffering from blight. So we've got that. And then finally, the Willbender Guardian. A Willbender's blade work is unmatched, and wielding a sword in their offhand gives them extra opportunities for ruthless cuts.
Old Billy Bender.
The Willbender, by the way, you guys had some amazing comments in the comment section of my previous video, talking about how like Shiro would have been a Willbender if it wasn't for the fortune teller and stuff. I think that's all really, really cool.
Willbender is strong. Some of those traits are a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And also
really
just the movement. Holy crap. I love it.
completely nuts. Okay, so that's our 3, all right? And we have the 3 kunai blades on the left. Then we have the bomb, the alchemy bomb. Then the
and just to make sure we're not talking about what we think about the classes so far.
Okay, so, well, 2 things, Boots. 2 things.
Okay. Yeah.
About these upcoming icons. All right. Now, you might know both of these pieces of information, but I'm going to jump the gun and say them anyway.
Got it.
First of all, what everyone should understand now is they have reorganized the remaining 6. This is not the order we saw in before. So
But no, it is though.
No, it's not.
It is. The only difference is they moved Necro to the
ones
front.
that we know to the left. Is that what they've done?
No, they've literally only moved Necro from the second to last. Oh no, actually they swapped Necro and the little bunny looking thing.
Right, yeah, because the Ranger Wardeny whatever we thought it was, that was much further on the left before, right? So anyway, there's a theory that because they've been somewhat reorganized, and I appreciate that there's going to be a little bit just because they're moving green icons to the left where that will happen. This might just be the release order now.
Could be.
Okay, so let's get into the meat of this. I guess we'll go left to right, okay?
Okay.
So first we have the flame with the diamond. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, is that diamond now an initiative? An initiative thing?
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny. I don't know. See,
or is it a virtue?
Well, I think I'm thinking Ellie still. Really.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ellie still.
Okay, and what do you think that means for weapon?
Good question.
I think it's a torch Ellie, because fire, big.
Oh, I like it. I like a torch Ellie. I've always kind of wanted a torch Ellie, and not lots of breath weapons with it.
And what you just said, you joked about with the initiative icon or whatever. I think that's a dragon jade crystal. Those
I know. I told you that last time.
Yeah. Those are all the most compelling ideas that have come up now, I think. Yeah. So it's like a dragon jade torch or something, you know.
Yeah. So
what
that's
does that
possible.
mean for name though? What does that mean for name?
The Sky Piercer.
The thing is with me, I really wanted an Arcanist. I wanted like a light and dark kind of thing. Chiaroscuro, Sorrowful Spellcaster at Sunquist Peak, that kind of thing. And now that it's all about Dragon Jade, and I don't know whether I buy that so much anymore. But I still like the idea. And that'll be a big nuke thing, I think, hopefully.
It could be. It definitely
so
could be.
Ellie is my guess. So let's go next to this mask. Now this one's... To me, this is this is the warrior, or the warrior is the bullet a little bit further along. But
right. So you're
know.
saying for like pistol for warrior, if it's a bullet?
If it's a pistol offhand.
Yeah. So this mask we said originally was warrior because it's like a samurai mask, but now, technically it is true. It could also be a Ronin mask.
Right. And
if it was a Ronin mask, that's an outlaw kind of deal. It could be a thief.
So I don't know which either. And that kind of Oni idea, that might be a thief Oni, I think.
Could be a thief Oni, yeah. It could be a like we were saying before, an assassin with the Oni specialization, like drawing on the power of the Oni. Yeah.
So what's your guess? This is really the wild card to me. What's your big guess on this? Is it warrior or is it thief? The mask.
God damn it. I just want to... Okay, I don't know if we should go from left to right. I think we should go from what we're most certain about to least certain about.
Well, here's the thing. I think this... All right, well, we can do it your way then. Go ahead. I just want to say, I think that's thief. Because the bullet can't easily be thief. So therefore,
true, the bullet can't be thief, but the bullet can still be a few other things, right?
Well, I think mostly it can't be NG either, and NG I'm pretty confident about.
Can't be thief.
It could be Ranger. It's tricky. The bullet is tricky, but yeah, I think that's a thief with the mask, and I think the bullet is the warrior. That's what I think.
You know what this really is, though. At this point, after we've already known these first 3, this is one of those logic puzzles.
Yes, it is a little bit. Yeah. who has what weapon and so on.
Instead of just doing this with theorizing based on what it looks like, we could just do this based on, the bullet could either be Revenant, Warrior, but it's not Revenant, obviously. Could either be Warrior, Elementalist, Ranger.
Okay, let's deal with the one in the middle then.
Yeah,
so we
Revenant.
both think that that's Rev, right?
Yeah.
We think that, and what do you think that is? Do you think that's a ritualist?
Could be Ritualist. Did you see what I was talking about before? I sent you a little link.
Maybe? Refresh me? How long ago did you send me a link?
It was about... Okay, so when they did the Virtuoso... trailer, the guy was wielding Tengu weapons. And he had the Tengu dagger, and he had a Tengu Echo Focus.
Right.
And when you look at the Tengu Echo Focus, which is a skin-in game right now, it looks a lot like the Rev icon here.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't think that's a thing, Bruce.
It's probably not a thing, but it does. I mean, it does look a lot like it.
I
don't know if that means, in my mind, if that means that they're getting focus and it's a ritualist, or if it means that they are getting daggers and it's actually a Tengu legend.
Well, see, I like the dagger idea, and it's like a mantis thing. But the thing is, with that, there's no like great legend you would invoke there, so I don't really see what they do. I do like the Tengu idea, and it would be a nice little bone to throw to people. Sorry, you don't get to play as Tengu, but you can invoke one. You know, I kind of get that. I get that they might invent in the lore a character like Kala, some powerful Tengu character that exists in the 250 year gap.
Like there were heroes back in the day that were Tengu.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they picked the gap in the middle. I mean, it's cool. Like the idea that maybe we're invoking Talon or something. Yeah. The thing is, this also looks a lot ritualistic to me, and I like the idea of Scepter, and I like the idea of invoking Togo or something. I don't know. Calling it ritualist. The big issue with ritualist that I like what you're saying a lot at the moment, because ritualist, as cool as it all is, Kala already has the spirits. Yeah. This is the thing with elite specializations. There are too many themes, too muddled up. So
but clearly they would make the spirits of a ritualist behave very different from the Kala spirits.
They could, yes, they could. But you've still got that thematic crossover and that weird side to it. So. But elite specializations are going to keep bumbling their way into that, especially looking at how they just got down did these opening 3. So yeah, what do you think about
this
the
is
one?
Rev?
Rev, I'm sure that's Rev. Let's talk about the one on the... then we got the bullet. We're just going left to right. What do you think about the bullet?
So the bullet, it has to be... You just have to think about the weapons, right? At this point. Like, who could still use a bullet? Who could still use a new weapon that uses bullets?
Well, I want to add a little to our previous discussion, which is we were talking about like the magic around it and stuff, and speculating maybe Guardian was here because there was a little bit of magic to it. Whatever. But obviously, we now know what Guardian is.
It's not Guardian.
I don't think that means anything. Yeah.
Right. So the spell leg around it could still be Ellie, I suppose. But again, we said it looks like it's really piercing. So maybe that's Warrior, because Warriors love piercing for some reason.
Now, I read a comment, this was a while ago now, of someone saying, look, a lot of the Warrior icons, they're like the weapon surrounded by like an aura kind of effect.
It's true.
Like spell break. So it's kind of consistent with that as well. So
we got Warrior, Ellie. What else could it be? It could be Ranger, technically. And...
See, this is the funny thing. I think this is a warrior, but the thing on my mind is like, why am I so confident that's a warrior instead of ranger? Like maybe the one on the far right is the warrior, but I don't know. The one on the far right just screams ranger to me. Is it because it looks a bit like a beast? It looks a bit like a lion.
Yeah, that's exactly why you think it's a ranger.
It might be like a Nyan as well, a Nyan or whatever those things were. So
but I think okay. So the bullet we've decided because of the gun. It could only be a warrior, an elementalist, or a ranger at this point, correct?
I guess, yeah.
What are the other options? We got NG, can't be an NG, can't be a thief, can't be a Rev, because we already have Rev there. So yeah, it's either warrior, alien, ranger.
Okay, which isn't too much. It doesn't narrow it down that much. Really.
It does narrow it down, because there's some other things here that can't be some other stuff, I think. So I think the next one, the big tanky dude,
Right.
can either be or NG or a warrior.
Yeah, I think that's engineer because he's got big golem arms and he's like shielding himself. I think it's like Dragon Jade tech that sort of gives you these big augments to your body. It's like a engineer golemancer type thing.
Yeah, so in that case, let's erase warrior from that ability. So now it's only NG. That could only be NG instead of warrior. So the next one, it's a little beastie, right? So definitely could be ranger. What else could it be?
Well, there's no sense of a weapon on this one, so you can't do... Your technique doesn't really...
I know, but this is just based on its look, I'd say. Do you think that a thief would have this icon?
No. It looks
Okay.
too bulky, too wide. I don't think that's
Okay,
safe.
so it also can't be NG because we already assigned NG somewhere. Can't be Rev, we already assigned Rev somewhere. Would an Elementalist have this icon?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, but a Warrior might have this icon.
Maybe.
Okay. So this could only be Ranger or Warrior.
Yeah, I think it's Ranger.
Okay. So that leaves... the first one could either be Elementalist or what?
I don't know. Nothing else. I don't really see. The thing is, the one on the far left, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
If it is just Dragon Jade Furnace type thing, I mean, in theory, they could pair that with anything they like. They've been loosey-goosey about the initial three, you know? So in theory, I mean, none of the specializations necessarily hate fire. I mean, maybe Ranger is probably the least likely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could still be like an engineer, kind of, if it's just talking about Dragon Jade, but no, it looks so Ellie, right? Okay, I mean, it really just does seem like this mask is a thief, then.
The second icon, yeah?
The second icon is not a warrior, it's actually a thief.
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, just based on the fact that if the first one has to be Ellie, the last one has to be Ranger, the bullet then can only be warrior. So the Ronin has to be the mask has to be a thief.
And do you think they'll call it Ronin? Do you think that's the idea, or do you think they'll go with Oni?
I think. Oh, maybe Oni. Like, yeah, I don't know. Demon assassin, demon something.
One of the two. The thing with that as being a thief thing is that looks kind of bulky to me. It doesn't look slender. It doesn't look sharp. It doesn't look deadly. I wonder if it's like a sort of tankier kind of thief experience. And
Yeah.
I do not think the thief players will enjoy that, even though there is kind of a niche and a space for it. I'm wondering.
They're breaking all the rules. They're breaking all the rules. If Guardian gets to be a thief gets to be a Guardian.
I mean, I've seen so many angry and disgruntled thieves the past couple of days because of the Willbender, and because that's still the play style they thirst for. That's
yeah.
all
Well,
they really care
then
about,
they
all
should
they
just
want.
roll another class for some fun.
Well,
and
you can't
then-
ask that. It's an MMO, you know. People they have too much identity with one thing. But yeah, we might be headed for a cliff on that one, but we'll see.
I don't know about that. Come on, man. It's an elite spec. It's supposed to change the way a class
I agree.
plays.
I agree with you. I agree completely. But I don't think the community will see it that way.
So let's summarize it then, because
All right.
we got to close this out. First one, we have decided it is an elementalist.
Okay.
Second one is a thief, Ronin or Oni something.
Right.
Third one, revenant.
Well, ritualist possibly, or Tengu. What name have you got as an idea for the Tengu Invoker guy?
Talon friend.
Okay, cool. I'll go Airyborn or something. I don't know.
Okay, sure. Birdman. Next is it has to be a warrior apparently.
Do you think pistol main or off?
It would be pistol. Well, Ritlock only ever used a pistol in his offhand.
Yeah, and the Harbinger has main hand, so I'm guessing offhand.
Okay.
By the way, though, that kind of sucks because it means they don't get a burst skill.
You know what it means?
Warriors
It
want
means
burst
they're getting
skills.
double pistol. Because they got double daggers, they get double pistol.
You're right. And the logic for why they did double dagger before was just because it's warrior, it deserves it. So maybe it's two.
Yeah,
Maybe it's two.
double pistol. Gunslinger. And then NG is this one, is the next one, Golemancer of some kind.
That's a good name, by the way. You might have come across the name there, Gunslinger.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people have been throwing it around. And then Ranger for the last one, just because it's an animal. But okay, so this lineup entirely hinges on us thinking that big bulky guy is an NG and not a warrior.
Right, and it could be a warrior. There is a little bit of space for that. No, but then the NG would need the bullet, wouldn't it? And then it doesn't work.
No, because then it all kind of switches around.
Yeah, then it all moves to a new format. So that's our current thinking, and we've got the beta on Tuesday, and then they'll probably start revealing the next 3, right? So we'll know. It's gonna very quickly narrow down. I reckon with just like one more reveal, we can probably nail a lot of this in place. Don't you think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, unless it's like one of the really easy reveals. If it's like the flame and it turns out to be Ellie, then we're still in the same place, I think, of unpredictability. But there you have it, guys. Let us know what you thought about this, and very happy to bring Boots on. Check out Balance for Boots, which is coming out a little bit later on today. It'll be an hour of good fun discussion and chat about the little-ish patch that they just put in. And thanks very much for coming on, Boots. We'll see you next time.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Ta-ta now, guys.